And now, after a long trip across the North American continent, but not necessarily ending in San Francisco, it's Book Lovers Soaps. It's time for Soap.
Jumping right in, I am adding my lye water solution directly to my hard oils to melt them. This is called the heat transfer method, which seems to work best for me when it's summertime and hot and humid. I've tried it during the wintertime and it kind of failed, but this worked pretty well for me. As you can see, it's already pretty much melted in there. And then as soon as I get all those clumps out, I just go directly in with my soft oils. And that part's already started to saponify, if you can see. And then I add my soft oils in. And I also added in lanolin to this soap. I've started adding in lanolin to almost every soap that I make because I just love lanolin soaps. And I don't know too many people who make them. Lanolin, I guess, doesn't fully saponify. So it just makes it so moisturizing and lovely. And here I'm blending to medium trace with my good old stick blender. I just switched to a new recipe, by the way, which works really well for me. And here I'm pouring this off. I'll probably put that recipe that I used in the description below. I'm adding activated charcoal and sea clay because this is a pirate soap. We've got to have some sea clay in there. And because this is a Captain Hook themed soap, of course I had to use the bay rum fragrance, which is wonderful. And I never really fragrance my soaps too much. Like, I always add a fragrance, but it's usually pretty light. I like lighter fragrances. But boy, I was surprised with how well this fragrance held up. I will add a link in the description to where I got that because I was very pleased with this fragrance oil. Super wonderful. And here I'm going to color this with some rose kaolin clay. I wanted all the clay in this. As you can see, I really like clay, adding quite a bit in. But the more you add, the redder it gets, and I really wanted to color as much of this naturally as I could. I'm adding a little red mica into this as well, just so that I can get a good deep red. I wanted all of it to just reflect his outfit. Captain Hook's just always a little extra, always a little fashion forward, and so I just really wanted it to have that vibe going on. I really love clay soaps. They really feel so good, and I kind of wanted a thicker trace for this. If you add clay, I notice it kind of accelerates your soap a little bit, and I kind of wanted that because I wanted to do a good in the pot swirl where, you know, I'm using two different colors of red, so I really wanted to make them distinct. And hopefully that worked. You guys will have to tell me what you think. I was terrified because it was pink at first, and I was like, no, Captain Hook's not pink. But it did turn back to red, which was great. And here's my favorite part, you guys. This is the coolest in the pot swirl technique. I just was really impressed with how well this works. It feels like, you know, those Mickey Mouse cartoons where Donald Duck is like painting and like he's got like polka dot paint in a paint can and like he dips his paintbrush in and he's actually like painting polka dots with just like one brush stroke. That's how this feels. That's gold mica, by the way, a gold mica line. And I didn't really have a problem with this layer breaking through that line because the charcoal layer had set up pretty well. But still, ooh, sorry. I'm such a sloppy soaper. I'm sorry. I will work on that. I want this to be satisfying. I decided to do something new and different. I'm using melt and pour embeds for the first time because they just look so gorgeous in soap, and I just really wanted to try it. And so I made those ahead of time. You'll see them coming up. So I made some white ones to kind of visually show the lace of his outfit. He always has lace ruffles, you know, extra. Disney villain, fabulous, and gold, and those clocks in particular I loved. So I actually made them out of black mica and then dusted them with copper mica so that as you wash with them, the copper will kind of fade into the black and it'll kind of feel like it's aging. I really wanted that to kind of be a central theme for this soap. And I'm using some biodegradable glitter that really, oh, I just got it and it's super cool. You'll see a close-up of it in a sec. I was really pleased with this glitter. And there's what the clocks look like. I did put some salt on, but again, I'm learning to work with humidity and the salt's melted. So there you have it. That is my Captain Hook soap. Thank you for watching.